Dog training business owners want to know which one's better, Google ads or Facebook ads. They're both great. I'm going to go into the pros and cons of each of them and what you should do if you're deciding where to put your advertising dollars as a professional dog training business owner. My name is Adam Katz. I own DogTrainerToolbox.com as well as the Dog Trainer Marketing Group on Facebook. For the past 30 years, I've owned 3 dog training businesses in 2 different states, 3 different cities, 2 different states. I've also owned a dog training subscription membership website that made us over $6 million over a period of years, and published a free weekly dog training tips newsletter that was read by close to 70,000 dog owners each and every week. That was years ago. And about 10 years ago, I started a Google Ads agency specifically for dog training businesses, dog training and some other pet industry businesses. But about 2.5 years ago, I basically handed the reins of that business and retired from running Google Ads. I just got sick of dealing with Google, of fighting with Google. And after a certain point, it just brought me no joy. I don't have anything to do with Google Ads anymore. Google Ads are great. They still work if you can get your campaign dialed in, if you're in the right market. And now what I do is I run Facebook ads primarily for dog training business owners. I found that the Facebook ad platform is a lot more interesting to me because it relies a lot more on the creative rather than just keyword specific. But I'm going to go over the pros and cons of each. Let's start with Google Ads. So the big pro to Google Ads is that people go to Google and they search extensively for keywords because they're actively looking for what it is you have to offer, what it is you have to sell. So they're already in that mindset. Hey, I need a dog trainer. I'm looking for dog training classes. I want to work with a dog obedience expert in Boston, for example. So that's a mindset thing, and you can't discount for that. It's very important. What ends up happening is you, with Google Ads, if you have the right, if you have your campaign dialed in, you end up with a very, very highly motivated, high intent lead, which is fantastic. And that's the positive to Google Ads. A couple of negatives. Number one, very difficult to run a successful Google Ads campaign. It could get, if you do it right, it could get very granular, very detailed, and you're having to constantly update with those negative keyword lists to block out unwanted searches. For example, if we're running ads in Boston for a dog trainer, you want people in Boston who search for the term dog training to see your ad. You don't want people who search for the term police dog training to see your ad. So you got to have that negative keyword list. You need to constantly be updating it because people are always searching for stupid stuff. And when they do that, if those stupid searches aren't blocked out, it's going to cost you money. With Google Ads, typically anywhere from $2 to $6 per click, depending on the market. Some markets a lot more. What that translates to, cost per lead, generally about $25 to $50 plus per lead. And a lot of markets have become so competitive, it could be a lot more than that. It might be $70, $80, $100 per lead. So those are the main negatives, being that everybody knows about Google Ads now. They know that they work. They know that that's a good place to advertise. But again, depends on the market, depends on the competition, depends on your ability and skill to run a successful Google Ads campaign. But if you can get the campaign dialed in, they work fantastic. Those are the pros and cons of Google Ads. Pros and cons of Facebook ads, which I'm running now. I find them a lot more interesting, but there's other details about Facebook ads that can make it difficult to get a good return on investment, and I'm going to go over those in just a sec. First, the positives of Facebook ads. Number one positive, you're diversifying your lead flow source so that all of your eggs are not in the Google Ads basket. Number one. Number two, typically, if you can get a campaign dialed in with Facebook ads, typically it's 30 to 70% cheaper than a corresponding Google Ads campaign. So your cost per lead, cost per click is typically a lot less. Again, all dependent upon being able to get a campaign dialed in. It can be a little bit harder to get a campaign dialed in, there's a lot more variables, like the creative of the ad. It's actually what's in the ad, the ad image or graphics itself, plus the copy. You have a lot more room to toy around with, a lot more different ways of saying things, which I like. I think that's what makes Facebook ads very, very interesting. Whereas with Google ads, you're just targeting specific keywords. That's pretty much it. There's not a whole lot you could say in whatever it is, 40 characters. So that's a real plus with Facebook ads. You can make it more specific to your market because of that. Both platforms allow you to target do the geo-targeting, so you can target as granular as you want, per se. I am finding the other similarity between both platforms is that there simply aren't any guarantees. So when you go into starting a campaign, be it Google or Facebook, you never know. You never know. You can take the exact same campaign in one market, it kills, and in the other market, it dies. So you end up having a situation where, going into it, you need to have a little bit of a grub stake set aside for both of these ad platforms to test, because one of them may work great, the other one may not work great, depending on your market. It's a really weird thing. I have markets where, we go in with Facebook ads and we're getting leads for $5, $6, $8, $10 per lead, and then other markets, $25, $30 per lead. Again, still kind of on the lower end of cost per lead compared to Google ads. But what's weird is that one market's just different from the next. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of insight into the two ad platforms. They both work really, really well if you can get the campaigns dialed in. They both don't work at all if you can't get the campaigns dialed in. And that's kind of the way it is with all marketing, be it radio ads, print, TV, whatever you're doing. It's always a test. So you never want to take your grocery money and throw that at a new advertising campaign, because you don't know. Come here, buddy. You don't know what it's going to do until you test it. And then other times, campaigns work. They can work for years sometimes, or they could just stop working after a while. So you have to constantly watch and reevaluate what's going on with your campaigns with both platforms. So my advice is test both. Put your money towards one platform first and test it. If you don't get a good ROI, and what's a good ROI? I say minimum 3 times return on investment, minimum. Ideally, we want, let's see what we got coming up here. Ideally, we want 7 and 9 times return on investment. Sorry, I'll say that again. Ideally, we want 7 to 9 times return on investment or better. But minimum, for me personally, I'll take 3 times. Doubling your money with either Google ads or Facebook ads is not good. You're simply working too hard to pay Google or to pay Facebook, plus your ad manager. So hopefully that gives you some food for thought. Feel free to comment below or comment in the Dog Trainer Marketing group, and either I'll answer your question or somebody else will, to give you a little bit more insight. And if you'd like to talk about running a Facebook ads campaign, or talk about having me run a Facebook ads campaign for you, for your dog training business, check out dogtrainertoolbox.com, and we click the box that says Facebook ads for dog trainers. At the bottom of that page, you can schedule a call with me. So I'm going to sign off for today before I have a heart attack. Take care, guys.